White seemed quite almost humbled in defeat. You know, he said, you know, the better man won kind of thing. Subsequently, the next day, he talked about how you pushed him and he banged his head on the canvas and, you know, he sort of felt a bit hard done by. What was your reaction when you started hearing comments like that?
It's a little bit of a letdown, to be fair, because he took it like a man on the night, didn't make any excuses like the old bronze bomber, and then he come out with a lot of bullshit after the fight where he got pushed over his head, hit the canvas. So I watched him. He got chinned, and he was going to fall on top of me, so I shoved him off, and his head never even hit the canvas. His head didn't hit off the floor. Watch the video. His head did not touch the canvas once. So I'm not sure what video he's got, but the ones I've seen and viewed myself, they were... it was a one-sided beatdown and a clean knockout. He landed about 3 punches on me in the full fight.
You reflect that, Frank?
Yeah, it's exactly the same. You know, he looks exactly the same here as when he did coming out the fight, but with a bit of sweat on. There wasn't a mark on him. It was a phenomenal performance. Phenomenal performance. You know.
Yeah.
Those are the words once again of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury as he responds to Dillian Whyte's criticism of him being fouled by being pushed while he was hit with an uppercut. He claims, Dillian Whyte, that he was shoved. And because he was shoved, he fell and his head hit the canvas. Now, I've already counterpunched this, but let me counterpunch the response in regards to Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson made him look bad. I mean, for two reasons. I don't mean just in the ring. I just mean like how he responded and who he compared him to. We all know what Deontay Wilder did once he got beat by Tyson Fury. What the people that decided to do did, along with Deontay Wilder. Probably they came to him with a lot of other things because they couldn't take the reality of what happened. And him comparing Dillian Whyte to Deontay Wilder, that should make Dillian Whyte look that much worse because he was one of the ones that was like, yo, that's bullshit. Why are you making excuses? He beat you. He beat you so bad. He he laughed. Well, when you got beat, you did the same thing. Okay? Hey, the better man won, then I was fouled. Like, okay, well, wait a minute. No, you weren't. The impact of that uppercut, the same punch that takes Dillian Whyte each and every time his kryptonite shot, he cannot take uppercuts. You know, sharp punch, be easy, sharp punch, right? He can't take those punches. He can't take them. He just can't. It's just something about him, you know. Maybe it's I don't know. He just can't take them. Those nerves are exposed in his chin, in his jaw. When he gets hit there, good night. He's snoring. Okay? So I do think that at the end of the day, Dillian Whyte made himself look bad with that. And to be compared with Deontay Wilder made it that much worse. You know? Because he just put himself automatically in that same ballpark by saying that type of shit. Once you get beat, take it on the chin and move on. Keep your integrity. You can lose and still have integrity intact. But once you start, you'll say one thing, like both fighters did, Deontay Wilder and Dillian Whyte, and then you go and do something else. That means you're looking for an excuse. It's the damage control excuse maker syndrome. you know, and it's like you have to find a reason why you lost instead of what happened. And what really happened is he lost. He got caught with a good shot. He got up, wobbled. The referee stopped the fight because he didn't have a solid foundation under him. That's what happened. His head did not hit the canvas. So if he's still believing that, he's just as bad as Deontay Wilder. So I have to agree with Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, on that. However, this is what I will say. Based on what happened to Deontay Wilder, based on what happened to Dillian Whyte, if Tyson Fury decides to fight again and gets beat, I am dying of curiosity to see how he will take that. Because each and every time he'll say, well, hey, I've never been defeated. I've never had to be humbled. So I don't know. That's the point. You don't know. So until we know, we will all know how he would react. Maybe he doesn't know. Because if you've never been defeated before, you don't know how you would act if you got your first defeat. You know, maybe that's the elephant, you know, or the big fear of continuing to fight, because one day somebody will beat you. It's just going to happen unless you pick your own fights. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Tyson the Gypsy King Fury responding to Dillian Whyte's claims that he was filed. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.